Hey everybody, how's it going? It's a Daily Shooter, and today's video should be a lot of fun. I'm out here in the desert today, beautiful skies, no wind at all, and we're gonna shoot some ballistic body armor backpacks. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I've got two different backpacks that we're gonna shoot and test today. Both are from Protec. It's spelled Prot3k. We have the Classic, which is what you see here, and we have the Elite, which is already set up and ready to go. That's what we're gonna shoot first. The Classic has a level 3A body armor panel that is in a special pocket in the back of the backpack right here. Level 3A is basically a panel that is rated for pistol caliber cartridges, so everything up to a 44 Magnum, and these actually have already been tested by independent laboratories, and they passed with flying colors, but we're gonna give it some more real-world test. The Protec Elite, which is what we already have set up, has a level 3 body armor panel in it, and that's rated for your rifle caliber cartridges. So we're gonna go ahead and shoot that with 308, 6.5 Creedmoor. We're gonna do 223, 5.56, 7.62 by 3.9, and so forth, and we're gonna see how well that thing actually does. Okay, so here's the protocol. This is what we're gonna do for our testing. We're gonna start off by shooting 223 and 5.56. We're gonna do 2 rounds. Just basically gonna pick up the rifle without really aiming, and we're gonna put 2 rounds on it. 1, 2, 2, 3. The second one's gonna be 5.56. We're gonna move on, shoot 2 rounds of the 7.62 by 3.9, just standard 2 ammo. I figure that's what probably a lot of people have, right? Then we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna move on to our 308. Okay, 308. This one is gonna be kind of a beast because I'm gonna be shooting this one out of a 20-inch barrel, this bolt action rifle right here. And I'm telling you, this thing is going to put a hurting on that backpack. So we'll see if it can withstand that. If it can withstand that, we're probably gonna move on and go to the 6.5 Creedmoor. 6.5 Creedmoor, it's a pretty fast moving round. So we'll try that and see how well that works. And then if it still hasn't passed through, we'll go ahead and we'll move on to the shotgun, put a couple slugs on it, maybe some buckshot, and just kind of see how well it stands up. All right, sorry about the wind noise, guys. It's gusting pretty good out here, but you'll notice I'm in a different shirt and a different hat today, and that's because I had to stop filming the last time we were out here shooting that body armor, and that's because I kind of got attacked by carpenter ants, and they are pretty nasty little things that actually inject you with acid, and I stepped right in just a big pile of them, so they kind of went up my legs and started biting with that acid, and so I had to take off, come back today, and start over. So we're gonna do the exact same thing with the exact same guns, the exact same rounds, and the exact same body armor, just a different day. So let's get started. Now, you guys probably saw that puff of dirt in the last one, had me a little bit worried. We're shooting the 308 out of a 20-inch barreled Savage Action with an MDT stock, and I saw that puff of dirt and I thought it went through, but I went over there and it looks like I hit the very bottom of the backpack, and it went along the table, knocked out the bottom of our tub, our container in the back, but I missed the body armor altogether. So we're gonna take one more shot at it with the 308. All right, so at this point we've shot it with 7.62 by 3.9, 223, 5.56, 62 grain and a 55 grain. We've shot it with 308, and so far I've seen absolutely nothing go through. So we have our 3 major calibers, and it stopped absolutely everything. I'll show you guys here in just a second. But what about something a little bit different? You know, let's go ahead and kick it up a notch. Now that we know that this backpack can definitely handle being shot at close range with a high caliber rifle, let's try a 6.5 Creedmoor just for fun. It's absolutely not rated for this, so don't think that, you know, this is one of the ratings and we're testing to see if it actually works. It's not rated for 6.5, but we're gonna see just for fun. Okay, so for the 6.5 Creedmoor, we're gonna be using a Federal Big Game 120 grain round. So we'll go ahead and we'll load this up real quick. It's got a nice nickel casing on it. Let's go ahead and load this up, and we'll just take one shot with the 6.5 and we'll see what happens. Man, that one that skipped through the bottom blew the back of this thing out. It's barely just sitting there now. Let's go ahead and see what happened to our panel. Wow, that's impressive. Okay, so I came over here and it was like stuck, as you can see right here. That's interesting. So it was stuck right here. This is the 6.5 Creedmoor, the last round that I shot, because I came over here and checked it before I shot that. The 6.5 Creedmoor hit the backpack armor. We're only 25 feet away. It's 120 grain 6.5 Creedmoor. That thing is moving. It's really, really fast. And it hit our backpack armor kind of dead center near the top. And get this, I thought it went through because it kind of stuck in the side of this barrel right here. But even with the 6.5 Creedmoor, hopefully I can show you guys this, the bullet is actually right there. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that copper kind of showing through. I don't know if I can, you might be able to see the copper showing through, but the bullet is right there. It actually stopped that 6.5 Creedmoor at only about 25 feet. That is seriously impressive. Now, obviously it's gonna break a rib or something like that, you know, you're gonna feel it if you get hit by, you know, around that big. I don't see many people, you know, going into a school with a 6.5 Creedmoor doing any shooting, but nonetheless, yeah, it stopped it. It stopped it right at the back of the panel there, and it is just a solid bullet still. Okay, so the backpack actually fared pretty well. You got a bullet hole at the bottom right here. This is the 308, the one that I ended up having to shoot 3 because there's no body armor at the very bottom right there. So it went through the bottom and then through my table and through everything else. But that's the low one. Here is everything else. Let's go ahead and get that armor out of there. Okay, so here's the back of our body armor panel. As you can see, it stopped absolutely everything. We have our 6.5 Creedmoor, which made it right to the very end. You can still see the bullet in it right there. But we have 2 rounds of 308. We have 223 at 55 grains, 5.56 at 62 grains, and then we have 7.62 by 3.9. The AK ammo, which was 123 grains, and it stopped absolutely everything, and we were only sitting maybe 23, 25 feet away, something like that. Now you can see that there is a pretty good deal of backface deformation, which is pretty normal. This is a composite plate, it's not a steel plate, so you expect it to absorb a lot of that energy. Another reason that it's kind of bowed out like this in the back is because instead of being on your body, so if this was on your back, it would be kind of flat. But I had it against a circular container, and that container, because of the shape, it obviously allows the plate to move a lot more, and that's why we have some of the backface deformation. Nonetheless, you might be dealing with some bruises, you might have got the wind knocked out of you, you might even got knocked out, but you do not have a bullet through you or in your body, and I am really impressed, especially at that distances. We were extremely close, and we shot this plate, and nothing went through, so I am really, really happy with it overall. Let's go ahead and move on now to the level 3A. Okay, first shots are going to be through my Glock 34. This has a 5.5-inch barrel. We're going to be shooting some Aguila 9mm. This is a 124 grain full metal jacket. So we're going to put 2 shots on that level 3A plate, and then we're going to go ahead and move up to 1911 with 45 ACP. So let's start with this for now. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and move up to the 1911. We're going to be shooting some 230 grain full metal jacket PMC ammunition. This is a full-size Kimber Custom 2 1911 Target Edition with a 5-inch barrel. So let's go ahead and put a couple shots on that. Now, since I don't own a 44 Magnum, what we're going to do is we're going to try and kick it up a notch by using the same 124 grain 9mm full metal jacket ammunition. We're going to shoot at the backpack armor using a 16-inch barreled AR9. This is a project that I put together with MSRarms.com. If we're going to squeeze the maximum amount of velocity out of a 9mm, we're going to squeeze it out of this thing right here. So let's go ahead and give it a couple shots and see if it stops it. All right, so it looks like with one of the rounds, we actually missed the backpack armor, because what happens, or at least what it feels like what happens, is once I shot it a few times with those other rounds, it kind of squished it up a little bit and brought the corners up. So where I was shooting thinking that there was still a corner of the armor, there wasn't. So it looks like we still got the AR9 on there. Looks like we still got plenty of other rounds, but let's go ahead and take a look at the armor itself and see. We might have to cut this one out just like I cut the last one out. Here's our armor right here. Let's go ahead and open this up so I can show you guys the back. So you can see, got a little bit of backface deformation, and it was sort of clumped up like this. You can see that this corner is actually kind of folded over, and that's why I missed this side, and I think that was with the AR9, at least one of the rounds from the AR9. If we stretch everything back out here, you'll see again, that nothing went through the body armor. So we have at least 1 round through the AR-9, 2 rounds of 45, and 2 rounds to a Glock 34 9mm. So absolutely nothing went through. That's exactly what I'm looking for right there. But since we missed it with the AR-9, let's go ahead and put a couple more rounds near the top right here, and you know, see how it does with a couple more rounds. I'll just push out like maybe 4 or 5 rounds. Okay, so this is interesting. I walked up to the camera, I took this body armor panel out, and I thought, oh man, it went through. I shot 5 shots with the AR-9, and you could see 5 holes in the body armor panel right here, and I thought, that sucks, they kind of just blew right through. It turns out that is not the case, because what happened was, this is the strike face of your body armor. This is the backside of the body armor. And what happened was, when I put the body armor panel back into the backpack, I put the back of this in first. So, strike face, back face. I shot this through the back, and none of the rounds went through. What we're gonna do now is just cut it open so I can show you guys that front strike face and rear, at least on the level 3A, didn't go through. So this thing's been shot front to back now, probably what, 6, it's been shot 11 times. So let's go ahead and just cut it open real quick. Okay, so here's our body armor panel. It's been pretty well beat up. So you can see it's been beat up front and back from both sides that we shot. Now there's some bullets that are wedged in there. Even using my knife, it's really, really hard to cut this stuff. So I got out the bullets that I could. I'm go ahead and set this to the side here so I can show you. But these are the rounds that I was able to get out. We have 2 45s. You can see that it just took those Full Metal Jacket 45 ACP rounds and just snubbed them right up right there. So it just completely stopped them. This was a 9mm Full Metal Jacket that it just squished into a coin. So I mean, it just, you know, it just completely demolished that 9mm. And I think this is one of the ones that came out of the AR-9 because it was moving so fast and because of the way those fibers work. I believe it actually squished it a little bit more than the other 9mm rounds out of the standard pistol. So again, 45, 9mm, there you go. So I gotta say, after looking at the results, you know, I kind of screwed up a couple times, but even after my screw up putting the body armor panel in backwards, nothing still went through. So I gotta say, that's a pretty good win right there for this armor. It's affordable, it's in like a gray man style backpack, so it doesn't, you know, look very tactical or anything like that, but it has pistol rated protection, or you can get rifle rated protection. They're both lightweight. Level 3A is really light. I mean, you can't even know it's there. Level 3 is a little bit heavier, but they have a ceramic plate in their Elite backpack. So a ceramic plate in that one, which means it's a lot lighter than a lot of the steel plates that are out there. So for college students, adults, or just, you know, bigger kids, that'll be fine. Smaller kids can wear this, absolutely no problem. I wouldn't have a problem giving one of these to my kid and just have him to go to school with one of these, knowing that I, as a parent, have a little bit of peace of mind that I can train him to grab his backpack if there was never an active shooter situation. So anyway, Protec with a 3 is honestly, it's a great backpack. I'm very happy with it. So if you guys want to check it out, I'll go ahead, I'll put a link down in the description box. Thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. Have a great day.